If you're over 60, there's a surprising truth you need to hear. For decades, we've all been told that certain vegetables are the key to health, vitality, and longevity. But what if I told you that some of the foods you've trusted the most are silently working against you? Foods that weaken your circulation, disrupt your hormones, and slowly drain the very energy you need to feel alive. It sounds unbelievable, but it's happening every single day. And if you don't know what they are, they could already be stealing years of strength and confidence from your life. Let me introduce you to Robert. Robert is 64, a retired teacher who prided himself on eating healthy. He filled his plate with colorful vegetables, fresh salads, and hearty sides. He believed he was doing everything right. Yet, over the past few years, he noticed his energy slipping. He woke up tired, even after a full night's sleep. His blood pressure was climbing, his focus was fading, and his confidence in intimacy was slipping away. He thought it was just age catching up with him. But Robert's real problem wasn't time. It was the very vegetables he thought were helping him. This might sound familiar to you. Maybe you've felt that same constant fatigue. Maybe you've noticed that no matter how healthy you eat, your waistline doesn't shrink, your energy doesn't rise, and your memory isn't as sharp as it used to be. You tell yourself it's normal, part of growing older. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be that way. The foods you're choosing could be playing tricks on your body, especially after 60. And unless you know which ones to avoid, you'll keep fighting an uphill battle against your own dinner plate. Here's the shocking reality. Not all vegetables are safe for seniors. Some that are marketed as superfoods or considered harmless in your younger years can actually trigger inflammation, spike your blood sugar, or disrupt your hormones as your body changes with age. For someone in their 20s or 30s, these effects may be subtle. But once you cross 60, your metabolism slows, your hormone balance shifts, and your circulation becomes more delicate. Suddenly, those same vegetables can quietly sabotage your health. Think about it like this. Your body at 60 isn't the same engine it was at 30. Back then, you could fuel it with almost anything and still run fine. But now, the wrong fuel clogs the system. Your blood vessels stiffen, your joints ache, your energy dips, and even your most personal confidence begins to fade. You may blame aging, but often the real culprit is hidden in foods you never questioned. Robert's story took a turn when he stumbled across new research and the truth about these so-called healthy vegetables. What he learned shocked him, for everyday vegetables he ate weekly were the source of his struggles. Potatoes that acted more like sugar than nourishment. Canned corn that tricked his hormones. Raw greens that blocked his body from absorbing vital minerals. And peppers that inflamed his joints. Once he removed them and swapped in 4 powerful alternatives, the changes were almost unbelievable. Within a week, his energy lifted. Within 2 weeks, his focus returned. Within a month, he felt like himself again. Strong, clear, and confident. Now, I don't share Robert's story to scare you. I share it because you deserve to know the truth. You deserve to feel alive, no matter your age. Too many people after 60 accept fatigue, brain fog, or loss of intimacy as just aging. But what if it's not? What if the foods you're eating are secretly draining the very vitality you're meant to enjoy in your golden years? What if making 4 simple swaps could restore the spark you thought was gone forever? Imagine waking up with energy that carries you through the day. Picture your blood pressure stable, your memory sharper, your muscles stronger, and your confidence restored. This isn't a fantasy. It's the natural result of eating in harmony with your changing body. And it all starts with knowing which vegetables to avoid and which ones to embrace. Over the next few minutes, I'll reveal the 4 vegetables you must never eat after 60. They may look innocent on your plate, but they can quietly erode your circulation, disrupt your hormones, and drain your energy. More importantly, I'll show you the 4 vegetables you should eat instead. These aren't exotic or expensive foods. They're simple, natural, and available at your local store. But they carry the power to revive your health, protect your heart, and reignite your drive for life. Before we begin, I want you to ask yourself a simple question. How do you want to feel for the next 20 years of your life? Do you want to drag yourself through each day, tired and foggy, accepting decline as inevitable? Or do you want to feel strong, focused, and alive, enjoying every moment of the life you've worked so hard to build? The choice, surprisingly, begins with what you put on your plate tonight. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could change your life, just as it did for Robert, and for countless others who made these small but powerful changes. The truth is simple. Not all vegetables are created equal, especially after 60. Some will betray you, but others will give you back your vitality. And in the next section, I'll reveal the very first vegetable you must never eat, and the one you should replace it with immediately. When you're young, your body is like a high-performance machine. It processes food quickly, burns through energy, and bounces back from almost anything you put into it. But once you pass 60, that same machine doesn't run the way it used to. The engine slows down, the filters get weaker, and the fuel you put inside matters more than ever. Suddenly, foods that seemed harmless, or even healthy, become obstacles standing between you and your vitality. Let's take a closer look at why this happens. After 60, your metabolism naturally slows. That means your body doesn't burn calories with the same efficiency it once did. Extra starches, sugars, or inflammatory compounds linger longer in your system, triggering blood sugar spikes, weight gain, and fatigue. Where your younger self could eat a plate of fries and feel fine, your older self ends up with a sugar crash, aching joints, or a restless night of poor sleep. And it doesn't stop there. Your hormones shift as you age. Testosterone, estrogen, and growth hormone, all vital for energy, strength, and mental clarity, start to decline. At the same time, your body becomes more sensitive to chemicals that throw hormones off balance, like the BPA, found in canned foods or excess estrogen from certain plant compounds. The result? Muscle loss, stubborn belly fat, low drive, and a creeping sense of slowing down that feels inevitable, unless you know how to fight back with the right foods. Another hidden challenge is circulation. Think of your blood vessels like flexible hoses delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell. In your younger years, they expand and contract easily. But after 60, they stiffen, making it harder for blood to flow. That's why so many seniors deal with high blood pressure, cold hands and feet, or even problems with intimacy. Every bite you take can either open those blood vessels wider, or clog them tighter. The wrong vegetables, believe it or not, can make that problem worse. I'll share a quick story. Margaret, a 67-year-old grandmother, loved her daily salads. She piled her bowl with raw spinach and kale, believing she was fueling her body with superfoods. But instead of feeling energized, she grew more bloated, tired, and achy. Her doctor blamed age, but Margaret soon learned the truth. Raw greens in excess were overloading her with oxalates, compounds that irritated her gut and blocked her minerals. Once she adjusted and gently cooked her greens instead, her digestion improved, her energy returned, and even her bone aches eased. Stories like Margaret's aren't rare, they're everywhere. Millions of people over 60 unknowingly eat foods that undermine their health. They're following yesterday's health advice, not realizing that their bodies have changed. What worked at 40 or even 50 doesn't work the same way at 65 or 70. And unless they adapt, they're left feeling drained, inflamed, and older than they really are. Here's the good news. Just as the wrong foods can accelerate decline, the right foods can slow, or even reverse, it. Science now shows that seniors who make small but powerful dietary swaps can see dramatic improvements in circulation, hormone balance, and energy levels. It's not about cutting calories or living on boring meals. It's about being smarter, choosing vegetables that work with your body, not against it. Think of it this way. Imagine two people, both 62 years old. The first keeps eating the healthy foods he's always trusted: potatoes, corn, raw kale, colorful peppers. Within a year, his blood pressure climbs, his energy dips, and his doctor prescribes another pill. The second person makes a few smart swaps, replacing those same foods with beets, steamed spinach, zucchini, and avocado. Within weeks, his circulation improves, his focus sharpens, and his confidence returns. Same age, same stage of life, two completely different outcomes. And the only difference is what they chose to put on their plate. That's why diet matters more than ever after 60. Your body is more sensitive, more reactive, and less forgiving. But that's not a curse, it's an opportunity. Because it means every bite you take carries more power than it ever did before. With the right foods, you can unlock energy you thought was gone. You can protect your heart, your brain, and even your most personal confidence. You can feel years younger, not in theory, but in your daily life. And here's the best part. You don't need expensive supplements, complicated meal plans, or endless doctor visits. The solution is simple, natural, and sitting in your grocery store right now. 4 vegetables to avoid, 4 to embrace. That's it. Make those swaps, and your body will do the rest. So now that you understand why food choices carry more weight after 60, it's time to dive into specifics. Let's start with the first surprising culprit, a vegetable most of us grew up eating at nearly every dinner table. Harmless as it looks, once you cross 60, it turns into what I call the silent sugar bomb. And it might already be sitting on your plate tonight.